Boom, boom, bam. Bam, bam, bam. All right, what's up? What's happening? Welcome back to another edition of the Great Debate Show. I'm one half of the good guys, JJ, and I got something to say. I'm back and better than ever in the building up in this biatch, and I want to talk about some sports today. Past few days, we kind of switched it up a little bit. I had a guest in here talking with me, debating the greatest decade of all time, 70s, 90s, 2000s. Those were the three that we narrowed it down to, and we both agreed at the end of the day when it came to movies, all the movie franchises, music, all the music genres, entertainment period, sports, wrestling, everything all in one fashion. We decided that the 90s, in our opinion, is the GOAT. Go back and pull that episode up if you would. Everything is pretty much on the Great Debate Show channel on YouTube. Subscribe, hit the likes up button, and drop a comment. That helps people in the audience or new people come to the Great Debate Show. It'll help them find the Great Debate Show a lot easier than they have been able to. Let's get those subs up. Let's get those likes up button if you like the content that I'm providing. And let's keep on going here with the Great Debate Show. Before I talked about the best decade ever, which we went with the 90s. I was talking about Canelo and Crawford. The day before that, on Wednesday. And it was crazy that I done that on Wednesday. I'm going to do a lot more coverage on that as we get closer to that fight. But I also found out that that fight may not happen. Canelo and Crawford. It seems like somebody tested positive, either in Canelo's camp or Canelo was also involved in that. And if that's the case, then I don't know. We still may not get that fight. I'll keep you posted on that. I'm not sure right now, but that fight could be in jeopardy. They're not going to refund anybody that's bought tickets for that fight. I am one of those included, which sucks. What they'll do is, because they always say in the fine print cards are subject to change, they're probably going to just throw somebody else in this match with Terrence Crawford if that happens. I don't have all the details, so I'm going to just leave it at that. I don't want to misquote anyone, but from some of the people that I follow, from some of the things that I've read, Canelo and Crawford could be in jeopardy for September 13th, and they may just give us Terrence Crawford versus someone else. And if Canelo has failed a drug test, then Canelo wouldn't be on the card at all. Or he will be fighting someone else, and they will say that the Terrence Crawford fight against whoever else is a tune-up for Canelo. I don't know if any of this is true or not, or if this is going to happen, but the rumors are Canelo and Crawford, that fight September 13th in Las Vegas, could be in jeopardy. I hope that's not the case, but it is boxing. If that happens, it'll be the very last time that I ever try to go to any of these events. I don't care where it's at or who it is. I won't do it anymore because the card is subject to change, and that is very well what they could be doing. What's your thoughts on that? Is Canelo on PEDs again? Is that true? Is that false? If anyone knows or has any idea, please let me know. But I thought it was very, very, it was a crazy coincidence that I had just spoke on it Wednesday, and then I found out that news on Thursday. He has tested positive for PEDs before in the past. So again, I'm surprised he took the fight. If he's gonna fight Crawford, I suggest that he does use PEDs if he wants to win, because I don't think he can beat him. I don't care about the weight class. It matters, but I just think there's something different and something special about Bud Crawford. I just think that he has special skills. He has, he's sharp, special techniques. He's special up top. He has it upstairs, and he figures you out, and then he attacks. And I think his quickness is very key to this match. Not only that, I know he's going up 10, 20 pounds, but the strength will be there. The power will still be there. Why are we talking like this is skill versus power? As if Canelo doesn't have any skills, and I wouldn't say he doesn't. He does, but not the skills that Crawford possesses. And then as far as power, who says Canelo has the power and Bud Crawford doesn't? I disagree with that. If he's going to move up another weight class yet again, he's going to be powerful. That's going to be more power. Anyone that thinks he's not going to be powerful at 168, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. I think Canelo and his camp knows that. And let's see what happens as we get closer to that fight. See if he pulls out. A lot of people are telling me that Canelo will mop the floor with Bud Crawford, and he should. So if he doesn't, I can't wait for those people to come back. But they'll just disappear. But I hope this fight happens. We'll see. That's not what I'm here to talk about today, though, right now. I'll get back with that fight, Crawford and Canelo, September 13th, Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas. I'll get to it. But right now, I want to talk about last night's game in Madison Square Garden. The Knicks won a home game, you all. Can you believe it? Now, I've had some people come in here on YouTube. I'm live on YouTube right now. I'm live on TikTok. I have had a few people come and tell me in the comments that, hey, still Knicks in 7. Somebody else has said Knicks in 6. Now, there's no way they can win in 6 now. They have to force a game 7 to win this series. But before they went down 3-1, people said Knicks in 6 still. I'm like, get out of here. They lost the first 2 games. Then they said Knicks in 7. Do you think the New York Knicks can force a game 7? They got to go back to Indiana tomorrow, and they have to win a game 6 on the road. Now, here's where it gets interesting. We've been saying this entire postseason that the Knicks are a better team away from Madison Square Garden than they are at Madison Square Garden. Surprisingly to us, they got to win. Well, to me, I can't speak for everyone else, but I predicted that the Knicks would probably go home after this game last night. I predicted that both teams would win in 5 and they would get a good 6-7 day rest. The Thunder are actually going to get a 7 days rest because, their first off day was yesterday, and they know they won't play again until Thursday, the June 5th, when the NBA Finals start. The Knicks or the Pacers won't be as fortunate now since the Knicks didn't finish them off. They could have got 6 days rest, but they did not. So now they have to play again tomorrow. Most people think the Pacers will in this series. However, it looks like Thibodeau is starting to coach a little better. He's made some adjustments. It seems like they figured out a way for now to get the ball out of Tyrese Halliburton's hand. Maybe they figured out a way to keep him from scoring. Last night, he was pretty bad. 8 points total. Only about 7 attempts. Only 2 3-point attempts. And he didn't hit 1. He was 0 for 2 on that. So if you look at it, maybe, just maybe, the Knicks and Thibodeau have found a way to eliminate Halliburton or at least contain him. And if they can do that, well, he is kind of their offense. He makes everything that they do work, everything that they do float. He facilitates. He can score. He can pass. He gets everybody involved. He runs the floor. He's fast. He's quick. We already know it. He can get to the bucket. He can get to the free throw line. He can shoot the 3. And but he's been kind of off here. He was off last night. Not so much game 4. He was pretty good, but game 5. What if they can, build on that? What if they can continue to, frustrate Halliburton and keep the ball out of his hand and force him to give up the ball and force turnovers? That's the difference that I saw last night with the Knicks versus every other game. They were the team that were forcing the turnovers. They were the team running on fast breaks, getting fast break points, getting back in transition. These are the things that the Pacers had been doing to them. The same thing that the Thunder had been doing to all their opponents. The Knicks finally turned the table a little bit last night. They got turnovers. They ran. They got fast break points. Karl Anthony Towns is playing like a big. And we know that's been our biggest question. What are we going to get from Cat? Is he going to play like the big that we know he can be? Or is he going to play like that soft guy that we see at times, where a lot of people on the internet say he's too soft, overly soft, zesty? We hear all kind of things about Karl Anthony Towns, but when he is determined, when he's focused, and he puts that ball down on the ground instead of just, being that big shooting guard that he is, my co-host Terrence Smith hates that about him. He didn't even like the trade, to be honest with you, because he thought that really they were just giving up one player who didn't show up when they needed him to, and Julius Randle, for another player who won't show up when they need him to, in Karl Anthony Towns. But when he does show up, they usually get victories. They forced turnovers last night. They got victories. They took Halliburton out of the game. It led to a victory. Can they continue that? if they can, and we know they're good on the road, they could bring this thing back to New York City. I'm not saying they will, but they could. And that really, really, really would put the pressure on the Pacers then. That would really change the dynamic of the series. And, you know, like, I think the Pacers may even lose confidence. They may lose faith. But my question to you all is, and especially Knicks fans, if there's any out there, has all faith been restored now that the Knicks have gotten their second win and they're going back to Indiana trying to force a game 7? Can they win game 6? A lot of people think they can because, as I said, all postseason, the New York Knicks are a much better team on the road. We'll see how it goes. They got that win last night. It was much needed. They're still alive. OKC Thunder kicking back with their feet up, continuing to get rest. And they don't even need it because they're so young and they're so quick and elusive and they run the floor and they don't need it. They don't need it. They could play the best of 10 game series and they still wouldn't show any signs of fatigue. And even when they do, you got people like Jalen Williams when he does get tired. You've got people like, or Lou Dort, who can defend his ass off. You still got people like Caruso and even, what's his name, Cason Wallace or whatever, that can come off the bench and still defend just as good as Dort. That's why the Thunder are going to win the championship. And that's why I don't like to spend too much time talking about the Eastern Conference Finals anymore, because I think I'm kind of convinced that even though the Pacers will be a better matchup because they can run and they're young and they're deep, just like the Thunder, they still don't quite match their size. And they don't play defense like them. It's going to be tougher for Indiana to score. The Knicks, yeah, they probably could score a little bit better, but they're still going to have trouble doing it because, man, OKC, they shuts everybody down. They've been doing that. And that's why you have to respect this team as they're on their road to a championship because, well, they're going to win the championship. I don't know about anybody else, but that's my opinion. I think they're going to win. Okay, I got a few people in here on TikTok. I want to say hello. Thank you for joining me. If you have never followed us, follow The Great Debate Show. Hit the follow button, hit the like button or the heart button, and share this, repost this to whoever on TikTok. Podbean Live, Spotify, Apple Podcasts is going up as soon as this live stream is over. YouTube, I'm live right now, and I got a few people in the building. What's going on, man? 12 in the building saying, what's up, bro? What's up, man? How you doing? Let's see here. 12 in the building. Come on, y'all got to stop tripping when a motherfucker don't reply as soon as you start texting. Send me some super chats, and I'll stop everything I'm doing, and I'll respond to it, okay? I appreciate y'all being in here, but y'all get a little cranky sometimes when I don't say hey as soon as you say hey. I'm talking. I'm doing what I do. I'm providing the content. So just give me a minute and bear with me. How y'all doing? I hope y'all having a great Friday. To all of you. Hope all is well, kings and queens. I got Josh in the building saying Indiana wants to win at home. Come on, New York. New York is done, forever cursed. Okay, they could be. We're going to see. I pretty much said Indiana is going to the finals, so I won't go back on that. But and I wanted Indiana. I wanted New York and Minnesota, and I don't think either one of them were the better team. And I think this still will eventually come to an end. Halliburton just has to find his, he has to get back into his bag. He has to find a way to, be efficient, and he has to find a way to still be, productive, even though they're trying to get the ball out of his hands. They played Halliburton last night like the Thunder have been playing Anthony Edwards. But yeah, Josh Henry says that New York is forever cursed, so he doesn't see them winning this series. We'll have to come back to that if they force a game 7 or if they do win. NBA Simulation said hi, what's up? Hey, how you doing? Thank y'all for joining me. So I got 5 people in here watching right now, but I've got 0 likes. Please, it costs you nothing to hit the thumbs up button. You're dropping the comments. I need that too, and I appreciate it. But hit the likes up button. As soon as I said I got 5 people in here, 3 of them disappeared. You could have hit the like button before you left. Who are you people? And why are you here? Hit the like button. It doesn't cost you nothing to do it. Subscribe if you haven't done it. That doesn't cost a thing either. All of this is absolutely free. Okay? All right. Hit the likes up button if you're going to stay in here with me. And even if you leave it, you can still hit the thumbs up button. Thank you. There's somebody, finally, somebody listening. I still got a few more that ain't hit it. Hit it. What's the problem? Go ahead and hit that button. Okay. Well, are you going to tell me who's going to win the series now? I mean, Josh has already told me the Knicks they're cooked. They are cursed, forever cursed. So now, of course, they're not going to win then. We'll come back to that and we'll see. But I don't know. It does make it a little bit interesting. And I say that because, as I was just saying, man, look. The Knicks are good on the road now. Say what you will, but they are. And they can win on the road. And if they do win on the road, they're going back to Madison Square Garden. And I'm willing to almost bet that they probably would win Game 6, come back to Madison Square Garden for Game 7 just to lose that damn game. They probably would. All right. Sawyer. Sawyer is in the building saying, what's up, bro? What's up? Knicks in 7. Here we go. There we go again. Knicks in 7. Could you explain why you think the Knicks are going to win in 7? I'm okay with you saying it, and it very well could happen, but just tell me why. I need people to hit that likes up button. I thank you for being in here and joining me, but you don't have to really like it just to hit the like button. You know, we should really make that a habit to just hit the thumbs up button. Drop the comment, hit the thumbs up button. All of these things help me out with the algorithm, and that's how people can find the Great Debate Show a lot easier. People are having a hard time finding the Great Debate Show channel on YouTube when they type it in. And so that's the reason why. I don't know. It's just a YouTube thing maybe. You don't have enough subs. You don't get enough likes, enough comments where people are engaging with you. You're going to be at the very bottom. And then they finally work your way up in the algorithm if they see it. So I need you to hit the thumbs up button. I've only had one person do it. And there's more than one person in here watching me. Okay, yeah. So the Knicks are going to play tomorrow in Indiana for Game 6. And I think that, I don't know. I kind of had a feeling the Knicks would win, even though I said it looks like the Thunder and Pacers are going to play. And it looks like they're both going to do it in 5. But yeah, the Knicks very well could win Game 6. But I still don't have enough faith or confidence in them to win Game 7. Maybe we'll get Terrence to tell us a little bit more about it tonight if we come back and we, do the WWE SmackDown post show immediately following SmackDown tonight. But I would like to see what he thinks, because he kind of has told us last week that he thinks his Knicks are done. He thinks they're cooked, and it may be a little too late now to get back in this series. Well, and it remains to be seen. They're still alive right now, though. So shout out to the Knicks for not giving up. Jalen Brunson was great last night. What did he have? About 32. Karl Anthony Towns is still playing pretty good, and he's doing it on a bad knee, from what they're saying. Charles Barkley got at Karl Anthony Towns last night and told him, or asked him, what's up with the stupid fouls? And I think a lot of people have been wanting to ask him that themselves, but they can't. So a lot of people were actually happy when he said, what's up with the stupid fouls? You got to stop doing that. Cat really didn't answer that, the way he probably should have, or honestly, he was just like, only God knows, or something like that. Man, you're the one who's fouling. You're the one who is getting dumb fouls and having to go to the bench, and you're putting your teammates, in a tight situation. The Pacers are much deeper, so you can't afford to take those fouls. So I thought that was a great question asked by Chuck. And this was post-game or whatever. What do the Pacers need to do to finish them? How can Halliburton respond? Because, like I said, last night, man, they were on his ass like OKC have been on Ant-Man. That's what I saw. Okay, Sawyer says, first off, I'm a Knicks fan, so I'm biased. I appreciate your honesty. I think that Brunson and Cat are going to set the tone again and win the first quarter by 5+ points and continue to build the lead. Knicks will win Game 6 and 7. Ooh. Well, Sawyer did come out and say, first off, I'm a Knicks fan and I am being biased. So we understand that and we appreciate, you telling us that. And call me crazy, you all, but I don't know. Sawyer may actually have a point. Sawyer may be on to something, and the Knicks very well may win game 6 and 7. I ain't gonna put no money on them winning this series, but I would not be surprised now that they're still alive. They have whatever confidence they were losing, they've gained it back. And now it's up to the Pacers to to put the Knicks away immediately, because they don't want to go back to New York for game 7. Then the pressure's all on them. They're making overrate that shirts also in Indiana. Because I know, we all know, everybody has said that Halliburton is overrated. And I told you all, I've been telling you for weeks now, Halliburton is on that overrate that shit tour. Because every time he gets a win or eliminates a team, he says overrate that shit. Now, how long is this overrate that shit tour going to last? Some people think this tour could go on until Father's Day, meaning they're going to make the finals. And, I don't think they win the championship, but they could. The reason why this is not interesting to me anymore is because I don't think the winner of this series has a chance against the Knicks, to be honest with you. I mean, against the Thunder. That's just me now. I don't really see it. I got Al in the building. What's going on? He said, what's good with you, player? Who is this? Axel in here says, hi, 2014. I watch your channel on TikTok too. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, brother. I really do appreciate that. Sawyer also says, what are your thoughts on Halliburton's inconsistency this series? I would say that means that Thibodeau is doing okay. We have kind of been critical of Coach Thibs this series, and I would give the Knicks credit for his inconsistencies. That's what I would say. I would give the Knicks credit for that. And look, man, everybody said the Knicks was supposed to win this series pretty easily, because they took the Pacers to 7 games last season, and they had 3 guys injured. I think Brunson played through it banged up, but he wasn't himself. And now that they're all there and healthy, and Mikal Bridges is added to that, you would think that this would have been Knicks in 5. But that hadn't been the case. They're fighting for their lives. That's a good question you asked, though, Axel 2014, Sawyer, because, look, if they continue to make Halliburton have these inconsistencies, man, that kind of hurts the Pacers. When Halliburton's inconsistent, the Pacers look inconsistent, and they don't look like they can win. So I'm going to go on a limb and say that, and I hope this isn't just me drinking the Kool-Aid, because I don't have a bias. I'm not being biased at all. I'm no fan of neither. I represent the home team here in Memphis, my Grizzlies, but I can see the Knicks winning game 6 because they are that much better on the road. But I hate to say this, I still can see them going home for game 7 and losing, because they just play better away from Madison Square Garden than they do at Madison Square Garden. I need a few more likes, a few more thumbs up, please, if you could do that for me. I've got more than 3 people in here, so there's no reason why I should only have 3 thumbs up. Come on, y'all. It really does help. Now, if y'all really do like this content, and I ain't trying to continue to complain, this is just something that I see everybody else doing on their channel, and the people, for the most part, cooperate. If I go away and never come back, a few weeks from now, you're like, where's that great debate guy? I'll be gone because nobody wanted to see me. If I don't get the numbers, eventually they'll tell me nobody cares about what I'm talking about, or they don't like the content that I'm providing. So that's why I would leave. That's why they would kick me out eventually too. So if you want this and you want me to stay here, hit the thumbs up. Let YouTube know, because they need to know that you like this content and what I'm talking about. I like debating with you guys. I do. And I like the fact that people are still giving hope to the Knicks, and they're still saying Knicks in 7. I like it. I would love that. But I'm going to say this, though, and I'm going to wrap it up when it comes to this Knicks-Pacers series. If the Knicks or the Pacers, whoever win, and it goes 7, do you really think either one of them have a chance at beating OKC after coming off of an exhausting 7-game series that went the whole 7? I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. And that's the thing, man. Like, the Pacers probably want to win at home. Somebody said that in the comments a little earlier, that they just want to win at home. They're going to do it in game 6. Knicks are still done. They're cursed. Forever cursed. That's what somebody said here earlier in the comment. That could be true. But I wonder what happens if the Knicks win that one too. Keep in mind, this is all about Halliburton. If they can continue to make Halliburton struggle a bit and, have him look somewhat inconsistent, like Sawyer was just saying here in the comments, then yeah, that hurts the Pacers because they don't function well when he's not running the show and doing what he does. It looks a little bit different. My only thing is, it's not that interesting to me because when this ends, I don't think either one of them beat OKC. I could be wrong, but it just from looking at what I'm looking at, basketball is really not hard for me to predict. If it's real, like they claim it's real, I can spot a mile away who's the better team is. All I need to see is one game, really. One game. Sometimes one half. And I can tell you, oh, that's the better team. They're deeper, they're bigger, they're more consistent, they got better shooters, or they play better defense. This star's always going to get the whistle. He's going to get more calls, or he'll be at the free throw line more. They out-rebound them. This whatever it is. It ain't hard to figure out who wins a basketball series because you've got 7 games, the best of 7. I mean, you can beat the Kansas City Chiefs on any given Sunday, but you probably couldn't beat the Kansas City Chiefs in a 7-game series. You could beat the Philadelphia Eagles probably on any given Sunday. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have did it a few times, but I don't think you could do it in a 7-game series. It's the Philadelphia Eagles. You know what I'm saying? That's football. You can catch a motherfucker slipping one game, but in basketball, the better team usually wins every time. Unless we're talking about the 2002 Western Conference Finals. I'm going to see who remembers that or who knows that. Without Googling anything. Why would I say that? It depends on how old you all are here, but the old heads or the people around my age, they know exactly what I mean when I talk about the 02 Western Conference Finals. Besides that series, pretty much all the time the better team wins in basketball. Yep. And we're not talking about March Madness where it's one game, win and you're in, lose and you're out, one and done. That's different. That's one game. But in basketball, man, 7-game series, I think we really talking about all of this shit for nothing. I think the winner of the Knicks and Pacers doesn't matter. SGA MVP is probably going to be Finals MVP too. And we ain't had that happen in a long time. So I would give credit to him, give him his flowers. How many times do we see MVPs have early playoff exits? They get to the playoffs and they have an early exit. And somebody else is holding up that trophy at the end of the day around Father's Day. It's like, where the MVP at? How's he the MVP but he can't get his team to the finals? Well, SGA is doing that. And this is going to be a hell of a season for him and his teammates. And I just like the camaraderie and how everybody is so, like the brotherhood. You see it there. He doesn't even do interviews by himself. He wants his teammates, his peers, right next to him. I'm talking about OKC too much. I'm just trying to let people know that I don't think that they're gonna lose. I just really don't. I want to thank everybody that's in the building who's liking this live. Thank you. Hit that heart button, the like button, or whatever that is on TikTok. I appreciate it. Follow me and the Great Debate Show. And also, we're on TikTok. We're on X, formerly known as Twitter. We're on Instagram and Facebook as well. And find the Great Debate Show YouTube channel. Follow. I'm putting these things out during the week on the social media pages. Somebody I already told when they follow me on TikTok as well, off of YouTube. I appreciate it. Thank you, for real. To keep this thing going, we definitely need more likes and more comments and more subscribers to help us out with the algorithm. All right, I know y'all tired of hearing me talk about this shit, but I need that in order to get this channel where it needs to go. People tell me all the time that I provide good content and I've got pretty good knowledge of the game, and sometimes it doesn't mean anything though when you can't get hundreds and thousands of people to actually see what a few of these people see and what they're saying. Okay, let me see if I can catch up on a few comments here that I might have missed. Let's see here. No, I saw that already. Good. Read that already. Yeah, I talked about the inconsistencies. How about Mecca? What happened to How About Mecca? He, a lot of his messages disappeared on me. Al said, no one is beating OKC. I agree with you. I really do. How about Mecca? There he goes. Job better than Shea if he could stay healthy. Man, that's an interesting comment right there, brother. And I'm going to tell you why. Because just a few weeks ago, I was saying, in frustration too, after OKC swept us and kicked our ass and just dogged us out like we wasn't nothing. I said, and it pained me to say this, I get a lot of flack from it here in Memphis, but I'm critical of the people that I like. I'm critical of my team. I'm very critical of my 49ers. If you've ever watched this show, I stay talking about Kyle Shanahan. I'm very critical of him. I think he's one of the most overrated coaches in the league. I think he's a choke artist. But again, I give him his credit because he keeps us competitive. But I know why. I know what works for him. I know what doesn't work for him. But that's another story. I said that Ja Morant, no, I said SGA is what Ja Morant is supposed to be already. And I know that hurt some people when I said that because I know some people that are Grizzly fans like myself, and they are huge Ja Morant fans. So am I. So is my daughter. We were season ticket holders this past season. I don't think I'm doing that shit again anytime soon, but we were. And we caught quite a few of those games last year. And only when Anthony Edwards came in the building and put up like 44, which we just were like, man, that's Ant. We like him. We're a fan. Everybody else, it was like, you know, no. Grizz Nation. We love our Grizzlies. We love Ja Morant. But, man, I got to tell you, the health is not the biggest issue. It's half the issue. The other half is Ja just has to be more consistent. He has not gotten his three-point shot consistent yet. The mid-range, it could be more consistent. He's got a good floater. He can get to the rim like nobody. He can finish like nobody, even though he needs to make up his mind if he wants to continue to dunk or not. But Ja needs either another star in that backcourt with him, somebody that can make him play off ball a little bit more because he dominates the ball too much. Yeah, he'll get you 30 when he does that, but it doesn't always end up in wins. And stop looking at the Grizzlies' record when he's not playing versus when he's playing. Ja could be better. And when I look at SGA, I say that was supposed to be Ja. But the suspension and the injuries, we hadn't got there yet. And OKC is already what the Memphis Grizzlies were supposed to be by now. Draymond Green said a couple of seasons ago after they eliminated us in the semifinal round, and Ja got hurt this series too. He said, watch out for the Grizzlies. They're on their way. And then that didn't happen. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that you're not wrong about Ja kind of being better, but then you kind of are. I disagree because even if he stays healthy, man, that man can't get to the rim. I mean, he can't get buckets in the mid-range like shot at his own spot. Pick his spot at his will, either get to the free throw line or score or both. And can shoot from the mid-range. He doesn't just shoot threes a lot, but he can do it. He's just more efficient and he's more productive. And he makes the right plays. Ja didn't always make the right plays either. He turns the ball over. He forces things. He has a lot of unforced errors. You can get Ja a little bit more rattled than you can SGA. I ain't seen SGA rattled. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry, How About Mecca. I appreciate your comment, and I do. Much respect, because that's my team. That's my guy. But don't be surprised if we hear Ja Morant in some trade rumors this summer. I know the general manager said he wouldn't dare. But it just depends on, look, what do we need to do in order to get the Grizzlies to be a winning team, to get deep into the playoffs in the Western Conference playoffs? It ain't easy to get to the finals in the West. That's why Giannis Antetokounmpo is trying his best to stay in the East. He don't want to come to the West. I don't think he does. We'll see, though. He fits the Spurs, but I don't know if Giannis is going to go to the Spurs. That's what we're going to talk about next week when we come back Monday. The Great Debate Show is live weekdays, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Same bat time, same bat channel. If I can get people in here to watch me, that's the time. Been doing it for a couple of weeks now. Next week, I want to focus more on free agency because I don't think it's a lot to talk about. OKC's winning. Like Al said, I don't think no one's beating them. But I like that comment, though, How About Mecca? I do. But I don't think Ja is better than Shea. Even if he stays healthy, he ain't proven to me that he's better than Shea yet. I ain't going to be disrespectful to that dude like that. I'm not. He's an MVP for a reason. I know he flops at times. I know. but he's very, very smooth with it. He doesn't make it look as bad as James Harden always did. Jalen Brunson shoved the hell out of somebody yesterday, man. Last night he had a football tackle damn near as he shoved into a guy and then went to the rim, got the bucket, got the layup, and still got the and one. And he didn't even get fouled. He fouled the defender. That's what I hate about basketball. But because they know how that game goes and they know the rules, these guys are so sharp, and they're so crafty, and they know how to make it look like and manipulate the officiating as if he fouled me. Yeah, I'm going to the free throw line. What you mean? Yeah, I got 35, and yeah, 17 of it's coming from the free throw line. And I can't complain about it as much as I kind of would like to because we didn't trip when Jordan had 35 and half of it came from the free throw line because he was shooting bad. Or when Kobe did. SGA is kind of a throwback. Until Ja can be that, I can't go that far. Okay. He said, we are watching this soft brand of basketball. Hell yeah. Where SGA leads it, we are out here wanting to see 2017 Warriors versus 2017 Cavs. Why does 2017 seem like it was so long ago? Man, yeah, I hear you, Mecca. I hear you, man. I hate the way the game is now, man. And yes, it is soft. I've had people come in here and tell me how it's a dead product and all of that. I agree, man. Sawyer said, besides Giannis and Durant, who are the biggest names to watch this offseason? Man, I think you got to watch out for my boy Ja. As I just said, look out for it. Devin Booker could still get traded, even though I doubt it. I think Bradley Beal will get moved. You said besides KD and Giannis. Yeah, I would say look out for Booker, just in case, maybe Beal. At first, we heard Zion Williamson was not going to be traded, according to Joe Dumars, who just took that front office job in New Orleans. But then I heard this morning that he's not off limits either. Anybody could get traded with the Pelicans. So I would say Zion Williamson, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker. I would say look out for Ja Morant, maybe, or we're going to trade away Desmond Bain, Scottie Pippen Jr., maybe even Jaren Jackson Jr. to go get a star, even though I know KD ain't trying to come to Memphis. I know he's not. But, hey, Jimmy Butler could still get moved. I don't know if they necessarily want to run that back the way he played when Steph went down. That means Steph has to be in the lineup for Jimmy to help him. He didn't do much when Steph was hurt. So, look out for Jimmy Butler. Who's to say he's going to stay? They paid him, but they can still move him. I would also say, and I hate to say this, but look out for Jaylen Brown with the Celtics, Drew Holiday, Porzingis, all of those guys. The Celtics are going to do something. And, I understand Jason Tatum is out for most of the year, but maybe that'll give them more reason to say, let's try something and see how it works. And they'll have to try to predict if it would look even better if Tatum was in the rotation, even though he's not going to be in the lineup in 2026. I think that's it. I would say that's it. Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Zion Williamson, of course, Giannis, KD. Don't be surprised if Ja gets mentioned. Or they're trying to put a star next to Ja. And so anybody else outside of Ja with the Grizzlies could get moved. Jaren Jackson Jr. could be one. Desmond Bain, easy. I think Jaren Jackson Jr., the Grizzlies would probably have to put him in that trade package to get that superstar because no one would want just all of the young guys coming off the bench, the Scottie Pippen Jr.'s and the Jalen Wells, maybe Aldama. I think it would have to be JJJ. So I would say that's it to answer your question. I hope I did. Where do y'all think Giannis is going, though? We're going to talk about that more next week. Where y'all think he's going to go? I think he should be a Spur or a Houston Rocket. But it doesn't look like he wants to go to the West. The Clippers are going to go at Drew Holiday. That was a rumor that came out yesterday. The Rockets considered trading for Kevin Durant before the trade deadline. So, they're going to be looking for him. I'm just tired of the KD drama, the KD talk. It doesn't matter where he goes. He ain't winning anything again. If he doesn't decide to be a Warrior again, hell, even if he did decide to be a Warrior again, I don't know if the Warriors have enough to win. They're going to have to get some bigs in the draft, or they're going to have to find a way to get some bigs in free agency some kind of way. So I wouldn't say that they're still going to go. So who cares where Giannis goes? I mean, who cares if KD goes to Golden State or whoever else? I could care less. If and when the Knicks lose this series, ladies and gentlemen, and Cat is playing his ass off right now, I'm not going to lie. He's playing for his future. It seems like it, for his New York Knicks future. They're waiting for him to be the fall guy so they can say, yeah, it was cool, but we're going to trade you to Milwaukee or to whoever the third or fourth team may be. I mean, whoever the second or third team may be in that trade, in a trade package. Because I think it's going to be like a 3-team trade to get Giannis out of Milwaukee. And I think Giannis will end up being a New York Knick eventually. And we may have finally, the curse may be over then, where the Knicks, Jalen Brunson, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and I don't know if Anunoby would be in that trade package or not. Maybe Josh Hart would be in it, but I think the Knicks would have enough if they can land Giannis not losing too much. Well, the Knicks are going to have Giannis and Brunson at Madison Square Garden. You think you're seeing the superstars come out now in New York, you're going to see a whole lot more in Madison Square Garden next year. I think that's his first destination. Remember, they asked him, what's his favorite city that he likes to play in on the road? He said New York. And the Brooklyn Nets, they ain't got enough firepower. They ain't got enough draft capital, I don't believe, to put enough stuff together to get Giannis. And they would need another star, too, in order to compete. I don't think they're going to go crazy and jump out the window just to add one superstar, and they still don't have everything else or nothing else to really be competitive. So I'm not trying to, throw shade at the Brooklyn Nets or throw them out of the equation, but I think he wants to be a Knick. Look out for the Knicks to go for Giannis or Zion Williamson. Both of those brothers want to play in Madison Square Garden. Yep, both of them do. I thank everybody for joining me on TikTok. EA, Mallory91, Rodney, Constance Cobb, 17. I want to thank all of you. Follow me. I don't see any hearts, though. Come on, y'all. Y'all give me some hearts. Give me some more likes over there on YouTube, please. How about Mecca's New York in 7? It would be great for that to happen now. I wouldn't be tripping, but man, what would that say about Halliburton and the Pacers if they dropped the ball like that? Man, what would that say for them? Somebody hit the like button. Thank you. If I could get a few more, hit that like button. I appreciate it. It helps me out in the algorithm. When you go pull up the Great Debate Show, you'll find it better. That's what I've been told. And they cannot find it. They type it in, and they end up seeing this old verses that I did with T.I. versus 50, Jay-Z and Lil Wayne. They had to type that in behind the Great Debate Show, and then I popped up. I don't understand that. But if it's going to be me in between two guys, I still got one co-host. I don't have one of them anymore. But I've been debating with you all for the past month, and I appreciate it. I do. All right, we got another one in the building. What's that, Doctor? Doctor do what, where? How, what, where? Y'all got some crazy names, man. He says, what do you think of Triple H getting rid of Money in the Bank? You mean the whole PLE? I don't know. I think Money in the Bank is something that keeps it interesting, storyline wise, and where they're gonna go next, who they're gonna, whoever they decide to be their next champion. It says a lot when they let them go up that ladder and win that Money in the Bank briefcase. Money in the Bank is also coming up, next Saturday? So that's a good question. I appreciate you asking me that. Thank you, brother. I think that it'd be a mistake if he got rid of Money in the Bank, unless he and creative can do better. And they don't always do better. They don't seem to be too creative at all right now. But I appreciate that. If I got more questions like that, I would probably do more wrestling episodes. But I pay attention to my audience, and sometimes I lose them when I start talking wrestling. So I don't want to stay on that question too long. But I appreciate that question, though, man. I don't think they should get rid of it, do you? Mark Baker in the building saying, yo. Sawyer, still here with me. I appreciate that. It says, what would be the starting lineup for the Knicks? For the Knicks, if who is that? Mika and Log are packaged in a trade for Giannis. Oh, okay, I got you. Damn, I don't know, man. That's a good one. I say you do it. I would say that would be Giannis, Brunson. You still got Anunoby. Um, Shoot, what's his name? Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson and Giannis, man, that's pretty big. Anunoby, well, he would probably be coming off the bench then, or he could play the 3. Brunson at the 1. I don't know. I don't know who. Mikal Bridges, if he's not. Oh no, you said Mikal Bridges would be in it. I don't know if I would give up Mikal though. Mikal, he mid-range on point, defense on point. He's got the length. I know you're trying to get Giannis, so that's an upgrade. But I don't know if I'd put Mikal Bridges in there. He had a lot to do with them beating the Celtics. A lot. I don't know. I need that extra wing defender, that extra 3-and-D guy, in my opinion. But that's a good question. See, y'all are already ahead of your shit. I think y'all already kind of know the Knicks ain't going to win. They may not be able to come back and win games 6 and 7, but they got some ammunition for that ass next season. And that's going to be, all right, load it up. Watch this shit. Giannis, here we come. I see it. I see it. And I think Giannis is sitting back waiting and watching. Like, that's where I want to be. Big body Brunson. You know, like everything that he thought him and Dame were going to do, but they never were healthy together. And then Doc Rivers is their coach, and we know he sucks. He can see that happening in New York with Brunson. I think that would be a good move, and I think that people better watch it. And then they will finally give the West, whoever wins the West, a chance. Like, let's just say it's OKC again next year. Next year's finals will be a lot better and a lot more competitive if it's OKC, the same Thunder team, versus a New York Knicks team that has Giannis Antetokounmpo on it. That would be so much better. So much better. Okay. Mark Baker's in the building saying, please. Oh, I think he's saying Pacers. No? All in need is a 5. Okay. Who needs a 5? Who needs the 5? The Knicks or... I'm sure he's talking about the Knicks. Yeah. Well, Giannis can play the 5 if he gets there. If they acquire him, he'll play the 4 and the 5 a little bit. But at some point, he's going to find himself like AD saying, hey, man, we need a 5. And it ain't me. That's what I would say. Mark Baker's in the building. I appreciate it. Sawyer says Mikal Bridges or OG. If I had to give up Bridges and OG, man, I don't know. You got to give me somebody else with Giannis, don't you? I got to give up both of them just for Giannis? How about I just give up Anunoby? How about I give up OG and some draft picks? I don't know. What kind of draft picks do the Knicks have? Shout out to Big Body Brunson, too, man, because Brunson signed that extension and taking that pay cut, leaving room, cushion for another superstar to come play with him. Got to give him credit for that. He didn't have to do that. That was a big move, and we said that when that happened. But the fact that he's doing what he's doing without that extra star, imagine what he can do when he gets it. I just hope the Knicks don't give up too much, though, to go get that star in Giannis or Zion Williamson. Don't rule Zion Williamson out. And if you're going to get Zion Williamson in, man, he's pretty much, the 3? He's a small 4. So you would need Bridges or Anunoby. OG would have to stay, more than likely. They're going to do one of them, man. The Knicks are going to make a move, and I think it's going to be needed. Now, what if the Knicks win games 6 and 7, go to the NBA Finals, and fall to the Thunder in 6? Would you say the Knicks need to make any changes? Or what if they actually beat the Thunder and won the championship? Would you just leave it alone, or would you still say, man, we still going to go get Giannis since he wants to come? I don't know. Okay, Dr. Where says, rumors I heard that the Spurs want Giannis or KD, and they should. And I would go for Giannis over KD. Kareem says, what's good, bro? Hey, what's good? How you doing? I wish my channel was as good as yours. I only have 5,000 subs, but your content is better than mine. You deserve more. Man, I appreciate that, brother. And I would say the same thing you're saying, yeah, in reverse. Shit, because I wish I had 5,000 subs. I need to check you out, Kareem Cheese. What are you doing? What's your content on? Were you talking sports and everything or what? I'll sub to you, man. I'll definitely do that. I don't have no problem with it. I'll check you out and see. Maybe I can tell you how you could be better. But trust me, if you got 5,000 subs, bro, you doing something right. Keep it up. I can't even get one yet. I was over one, and then I stopped doing the 4-9 show, which was my thing where I would just do 49ers only. And then, you know, I wasn't competing with the other people that provide 49er content. And it's a lot of people. And they're damn good at it. And I just kind of quit that. I'm not going to lie. I just kind of quit that. And I have my moments where I want to quit this too. Because I just don't like doing things for too long if it's not really working or helping, if I'm not getting the people in here. But Kareem, I appreciate that though, man. I really do. Thank you. And I hope I do get more, man. I hope so. Bailey's in the building, said, I'm a Thunder fan, and I would prefer if the series goes to Game 7 and the Pacers win in 7. I know you do. But I'm telling you now, y'all don't even need the rest. Y'all are going to win a championship regardless. I mean, Giannis can't play for the Knicks right now. So even if the Knicks were to win this series, I don't think they beat the Thunder. I just don't. The way they're struggling with the Pacers, I don't see it. I think the Pacers make this a better series. And even then, probably lose it in 5. But I'll be nice and say 6. Thank you, though, for the comment, Bailey. I do NBA content, brother. Wow, just NBA and you got 5,000 subs. That's good, man. That's good. Keep up the good work. Why you signing Brock Purdy long term? He ain't a winner. Well, Doctor Who would wear. And I'm about to wrap this up because I got to go pay some bills. But he is a winner now. He's been to a Super Bowl appearance. He's been to a few NFC championship games. One of them, he hurt his elbow. They probably would have went to that one, which would have been 2 Super Bowls. He hadn't won a championship yet, but he's accomplished more than quite a few quarterbacks in the league. And now he's finally getting paid like they're getting paid. Here's where you're kind of right. You just said it wrong. No, he's not. Yes, he is a winner, but he's only a winner because he's surrounded with elite talent. This season, he won't have elite talent. The only thing that'll save Brock Purdy is they've got the easiest schedule in the league in 2025, and Shanahan always takes advantage of that. If he can run the ball and run it down your throat and break your wheel, he will do it, and he will beat you in the head with it until you stop it. And it usually comes into wins. That helps play action. People get open easier. It's better, easier reads for Purdy. No stress, no worries. And it hides the offensive line, too, because they don't protect him as well either. So that's the answer to that. I wasn't happy with them either. That if you've been here before, you would know I've been saying for like 3 months, don't pay Purdy $60 million. Don't pay Purdy $50 million. 40, 45 is where I draw the line. They went over that, but I can't really complain about it because they're saying that he asked for 65. So if they gave him 53 per, I guess I gotta say, I guess we kind of won that. Even though it don't really look like it. They didn't have to do the no trade clause either. That was ridiculous. But hey, good question, man. Don't quit, man. First time watching, and I'll be back for sure. Thank you. Thank you, Sawyer. I appreciate that. I need to hear stuff like that at times. I really do. I really do. I'm a fan. I'm a fan too. Bang, bang, Niner gang. I can see your background. Yeah, man. Always, for life. I've been a fan for over 30 years and still waiting on that Super Bowl, bro. Hadn't won it since 94. Long damn time ago, man. That's the only memory that I have of them winning because even though the first one I watched, Super Bowl 24, when they beat the brakes off the Broncos, 55-10, I didn't really know what I was watching. I was just watching, you know. But I watched it. And I was told that these brothers are bad. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to pick them. Yeah, I'm going to pick them. They look dominant. Joe Montana looked good. And my uncle told me, long live Robert Lee Campbell. Rest in peace, brother. He said, man, watch this, nephew. He going to get this touchdown. And like Jerry Rice would score or get a big catch every other play. And he was like, you know he's from Mississippi, right? I said, for real? We're in North Mississippi as we're watching this game at that time. And I'm a little boy. And I'm like, oh, that's it. Over with. I'm a fan. And the rest was history. So, yeah, I've been repping them ever since, man. Still waiting on another Super Bowl victory, though. Sawyer said, people said the same thing about the Knicks struggling against the Pistons, then beat Boston. Same thing with the Indians. With Indiana and OKC. Look, okay, Sawyer, you're right, but OKC is just a different animal. They're a different animal. I do agree the Pistons help the Knicks prepare for the Celtics. I agree. But we can't act like Jaylen Brown wasn't playing probably at like 60, 70%. He's got a knee injury that he was dealing with. We can't act like Porzingis didn't have this illness that drains him and he has a lot of fatigue. And they had to have that other guy come off the bench who didn't do bad either. But they just weren't the same Celtics. I don't think they were. I'm not making excuses for the Celtics. I hate the Celtics. So I have no reason to do that. But I think the Knicks are still making a change after this year. And I think whether they win the championship or not, they're going to have Zion Williamson or Giannis Antetokounmpo in a Knicks jersey next year. They're going to do that. Don't rule that out, regardless of how they finish this season. Dr. Now What Where still with me. I appreciate y'all today, man. This must be a better episode to you all because I can't keep you all engaged with me this long. I really can't. I appreciate it. He said, you got a sub for me and I'm one to talk long time, suffering Cowboys fan. I thank you for the sub, Doctor. I really do. And yeah, man, we in the same boat. And that's why I wish we stopped beefing so much. Like, I don't know a Cowboy fan that won't talk shit, about us. And I don't know a 49er fan that won't talk shit about them. And it's like, man, why? Ain't neither one of us got shit to talk about or brag about. Nothing. Nothing. It ain't nothing but bragging rights anyway, but what we talking about? We ain't won a Super Bowl in 30 years. Y'all ain't won a Super Bowl in 29 years. What we talking about? Now, have we made more Super Bowl appearances? Yeah, but what good does that do to talk about some shit when you ain't won it? So I don't like to be that guy to say, we went to Super Bowl 47 and lost to the Ravens. We went to Super Bowl 58 and lost to the Chiefs. Okay, and you lost. Oh, I'm forgetting one. Super Bowl 54, lost to the Chiefs. So yeah, even though we've got 3 Super Bowl appearances and the Cowboys don't even have one NFC championship appearance in that long span, we got nothing to show for it. So that's why I don't go back and forth with Cowboys and Steelers. Like, I ain't got no place to talk. I just want them to win again. And I don't care if the quarterback is Brock Purdy, or Bart Simpson, or Donald Trump. I could care less. Just give me the damn Super Bowl. So, but I appreciate that honesty, though, man. You're right. You ain't got no room to talk, and neither do I. All right, Bailey Breakdown says CMC is the reason I cheer for them. Then if he leaves, I'll still cheer. If he retires, I still cheer for them. I still cheer for them. One time I cried myself to sleep because they lost a preseason game. Bailey Breakdown. Are you a Niner? Are you going to be a Niner after, after this? CMC brought you to us. That's good to hear, though. I think you can put your pom-poms down, though, when it comes to CMC. And I'm just saying, I hear that he's healthy as can be now, 100%. He's at OTAs right now as we speak. But I heard he looks a little slow. He looked a little slow last year, coming back from the Achilles tendonitis in both legs, and then he hurt his PCL in his knee. He says he's recovered from all of that, but Achilles tendonitis is nothing that goes away, I don't think. So this is something I think that is going to bother Christian McCaffrey for the rest of his career. I don't think we'll see the Christian McCaffrey we once saw in 2022 and 2023. He was a bad, bad boy. When he was bad, and that's why I hate we didn't win the damn Super Bowl when he was in his prime. He may be already out of that prime. He may already have lost a step, and it's because of these injuries, and it's because our overrated coach, Kyle Shanahan, the choke artist of the year, ran him in the ground. Just like he did RG3 and any other running back that he's had before Christian McCaffrey. George Kittle, he runs him in the ground, always blocking instead of, running routes and doing some Travis Kelce shit. He's just underutilizing his better players because he wants those guys to block when he could easily just address the offensive line, the 5 men who were supposed to be doing the blocking anyway. But anyway, Shanahan's not bad, but he ain't great either. But yeah, I appreciate you rooting for CMC, man. I love him when he's good, but I don't know if we'll ever see him be that good again. I want to thank you all for hitting that likes button before you left. And for the people that are there, if you hadn't hit it, please do so. That's how people find the Great Debate Show on YouTube a lot. easier. Helps us out with the algorithm. TikTok, I want to thank everybody that's in here that's liking my videos or joining. I appreciate you. Tevin Campbell. I like that name, man. I know that ain't the real Tevin Campbell. I think we lost Tevin Campbell, didn't we? The R&B singer. Did we lose Tevin Campbell? If so, man, real. If not, I hate I'm saying that. Because I ain't trying to jinx nobody. But I think Tevin Campbell passed away. Anyway, I got somebody named Tevin Campbell in here watching on TikTok. I appreciate it. Want to shout out to Mallory91. Darius, what up, D? Everybody, man, thank you for joining me. It's the Great Debate Show live. I'm talking about the Knicks and can they force a game 7? And if they do, everything shifts back to the Pacers as far as the pressure. And we know pressure busts pipes. We know that. What is TikTok doing here? They always asking me to do some silly stuff. And I'm trying to be live here. Okay. All right. I ain't really got nothing else to say, man. I pretty much said it all. Me and Terrence may come back tonight after WWE SmackDown and do the live post show. Talk about catch up what's going on. We didn't really talk about Saturday night's main event last week. We didn't talk about Raw or SmackDown. It's getting dull. It's getting boring again. And I'm not the biggest wrestling fan. My co-host is. I watch it when it's interesting. As soon as it gets uninteresting, I stop watching, which is hard for me to tell you all, give you content of what's going on. But if y'all want me to continue the wrestling episodes, please let me know. Drop it in the comment, and I appreciate it. Yeah, but I appreciate everybody for being in here. Bailey Breakdown says, yes, sir. Yeah, hang on there with us. Hang in there with us. The San Francisco 49ers host the Super Bowl this year in Levi Stadium, Super Bowl 60. Last time a team hosted the Super Bowl in their own stadium, they won it. That was the Rams back in 21. And then the year before that, it was the Buccaneers in 2020. But then again, we were in the middle of a pandemic too. And that's why I say this shit ain't real all the time, y'all. I guarantee you, I would like to be wrong, but I can guarantee you the 49ers won't be playing in the Super Bowl this year in their home stadium. There's no pandemic. I think those two teams did that because they wanted to kind of lighten up the traveling and make it convenient for everybody and, you know, try to keep so many people from getting sick. A lot of people in LA didn't have to travel. Rams fans were already at home. Just go to the stadium. Same thing in the previous year, the prior year to that. Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans, they ain't got to travel. Only the Chiefs fans had to do that, and I don't really know how many Chiefs fans were in that stadium that night. And that was the last time they had got their ass kicked before they got their ass kicked by the Eagles. Can anybody beat the Chiefs, though? Can anybody represent the AFC in the Super Bowl other than the Kansas City Chiefs? That remains to be seen. We'll see. All right, I'm going to get out of here, man. Sawyer, thank you for being here with me. He says, I got to go. Good luck. Well, I don't even know if Sawyer's a he or a she. I don't know. But I thank you all, brothers and sisters, for being in here with me, kings and queens. Thank you so much. Tevin Campbell is still alive. Damn. I hate I said that shit, man. Maybe that was really Tevin Campbell watching me then on TikTok. You think so? I didn't know. I don't know. Why did I say he had passed away? I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota. Knicks in 7. I appreciate that, Jose. Jose Cruz back in the building. I ain't seen you in a while, brother. Hope all is well. Hope y'all have a fantastic Friday. Bailey said Kyle Shanahan was the OC of the Falcons when they choked 28-3 in Super Bowl 51. Don't remind me, Bailey. That's why I was telling Jed York, don't do it. What happened to you signing Louis Riddick as the general manager and Josh McDaniels as the head coach? That was the rumor. And then we heard that Josh McDaniels got out of it. He didn't want the job. And it seemed like Jed York went with Kyle Shanahan, who was plan B. Now, Josh McDaniels wasn't going to work either. It doesn't seem. He has not did a good job at head coaching twice. He failed miserably with the Broncos and the Raiders. But still, yeah, Shanahan, when he choked there, I was like, y'all still want to hire that motherfucker? He just blew a 28-3 lead. Be quiet, Jarvis. He's the GOAT. It was the GOAT. Don't blame Cal. Really? Motherfucker, all you got to do is get a first down or two. Let the clock keep running. Stop throwing the ball so damn much, and the Falcons still win that Super Bowl. And they never won a championship or Super Bowl or nothing, so that would have been huge for the city of Atlanta. They didn't do it. So, Yeah. I hate Shanahan. I'm sorry. I used to love him. I used to take up for him. I used to be like, man, it's the quarterback. It ain't him. He's calling these type of plays because it's the quarterback he don't trust. Well, y'all tell me Purdy is that guy now. So why doesn't it look any better? Why did the offense look so lethargic? Why did it look so easy to figure out? Everything is inside the numbers. Not much is outside the numbers. Not much is deep over the top. Why am I talking about the 49ers? We talking about the Knicks and the Pacers. But now I'm just trying to answer these comments, and I appreciate your questions. I do, but I've answered enough of them. I got to roll, y'all. I appreciate Josh and Bailey and everybody being in here with me. Al, everybody. Thank you all so much. TikTok and YouTube. I appreciate it. Ant can't show up for his kids or the Western Conference Finals. Y'all got to stop this, man. Is Anthony Edwards really a deadbeat dad, man? Is this true? Because I had heard that some people say that, but then some lady said that didn't he like cut her like $1 million check or something already? So he's paid his whole child support for 18 years. And it didn't even take $1 million to raise a child for 18 years, would it? I mean, even if they had, even if they needed braces, if they had some type of surgery, replacing, they broke their leg or something, what would have to happen for you to say $1 million is what I need to raise this child? Or is that not enough? If it's not, it's only because of who he is. Does anybody really think they spent $1 million on one specific child to raise them for their whole 18, 21 years? I don't think you spent $1 million on them. So if he done that, is he really a deadbeat? But y'all crazy, man. He did not show up for the Western Conference Finals, though. And that's because Anthony Edwards, and I'm going to say this and I'm going to go. Anthony Edwards, and y'all probably didn't heard somebody else say it already, but I think we know what Ant is missing. He's missing what Jordan and Kobe had outside of the three. Now, he worked on the three-point shot. He's the best. He's one of the better three-point shooters in the league now. He got better at that. At the age of 23, it took LeBron 15 years before he became a good three-point shooter. Now, it's probably going to make him play another 15 years knowing his ass, but you know what I'm saying? But that mid-range game, there's no mid-range for Anthony Edwards. He doesn't post up. He doesn't turn his back to the rim where he can have a better, vision of who's coming to trap, weak side help on the defense. He can see those things a lot better if he gets to his spot and post up. And he doesn't do that. He's either going to go straight to the rim, which is either going to be a bucket or a free throw attempt or a forced turnover or an unforced turnover. Sometimes he sucks the defense in and kicks it out in the corner. They got to make those threes more consistently. But he needs to stop and pull up. 15-footer, 12-foot jump shot. If he can get consistent with that, he will be the face of the league. Nobody will be able to fuck with him. We know he'll play defense. We know he can shoot threes. We know how aggressive he can be. We know the type of player he is. He showed up, but he couldn't show out because OKC didn't allow him to, Jose. They just didn't allow him to. And he has to get that mid-range working next season because now OKC has set out a blueprint pretty much on how to stop him. Yeah. So that's all I got, man. That's all I got. What about Memphis shopping Ja around this summer? Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier, Doctor. I was talking about that. He probably will get shopped. I know the general manager came out and said that ain't going to happen. Maybe that's just something that other general managers want to fantasize about, is if they had him on their roster. But we're not going to do that. We're going to play. We're going to continue to quietly shock everybody and have a successful playoff run. That's what he said leading up into the playoffs, heading into that. And then a few weeks later, they fired the head coach. And then they got swept in the first round. They went from a number 2 seed to an 8 seed, and it just went downhill. And that's why I say SGA is what Ja was supposed to be already. I know that sounds a little harsh, but that's what it is. I don't think we're going to trade Ja, but I wouldn't rule it out. I think they're first going to be trying to find out how can they bring a superstar to Memphis to play with Ja, to play next to Ja. Giannis in Memphis doesn't sound bad at all, but I know we would have to give up Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr., even though I would much rather just give up Desmond Bane, Aldama, maybe Jalen Wells. Jalen Wells or Scottie Pippen Jr. We've got a good bench, but we don't have enough scorers in the backcourt. We don't have enough defenders on the perimeter. We're not good at defending on the perimeter. You get a Giannis, that changes at the rim, out there on pick and rolls, all of that. But I know Giannis ain't trying to come to no Memphis. I hear he doesn't even want to come to the Western Conference, but we'll see. All right, y'all, that's it. My time is up. Thank you all for joining me here. It's been a great show today. I'm impressed with it, with the followers, and I got a few subs out of it. I got a few people that's been hanging in here listening. I appreciate you. Me and Terrence may be back tonight, again, after SmackDown, to recap SmackDown, the post show, and try to give you a little catch up with what's been going on Monday Night Raw, weekend review. Other than that, that's it. I think I'll hit the gym, pay a few bills, and enjoy my weekend. I hope you all do the same. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your Friday. And again, I'll be back Monday. Weekdays. We do this weekdays on YouTube and TikTok. Noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. And for anybody that's not good with time zones, don't worry. A lot of people aren't. That's noon on the East Coast. That's 11 Central Time where I'm at. That's 10 Mountain. That's 9 a.m. Pacific. That's the time that they kind of tell me where everybody's up and everybody's kind of alert. Now, some people are working, some people aren't, but yeah. And if there's a time that you want me to come on in the evening, give it to me. When are you available to watch some YouTube content, some great debate show content? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. I thank you all. If you hadn't hit the likes up button, please do. Drop a comment, subscribe. The notification bell also works. If you hit that, then you'll be notified every time I go live. So if you don't watch me while I'm live, it's okay. You can still go back and check it out. All of these episodes are under the live section column. As far as the videos, everything is under live. I haven't really dropped anything as far as me just putting the video out, uploading it, because it doesn't seem to get, seen. I have to stay live for everybody to catch it and watch it. So I appreciate everybody for doing that. There go Donnie. Donnie Jackson in the building, my January cuzzo. That's what he says. We definitely are that. We most definitely are that. Thank y'all for hitting that likes up. I appreciate it. I'm going to get out of here. Donnie, go back and check out, man, this content. For the past hour and 12 minutes, I talked about the Knicks and the Pacers. Can the Knicks force a Game 7? We've talked about my Niners a little bit. People have came in talking about that. We've talked about where Giannis Antetokounmpo could land in free agency. I think it'll be a Knick. If not him, I think Zion Williamson could be a Knick. We talked about all the players that could get moved this offseason, from KD to Giannis to possibly Ja Morant, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Zion Williamson. Yep, those are the people that we talked about that could get moved. Drew Holiday, the Clippers are looking to pursue him. Jaylen Brown may not get moved now because Tatum is going to be out, but Porzingis may not be back. Al Horford is a free agent. I think the Celtics are going to have to look at this like a reset year. They may need to reset. And I think they've reached their ceiling with all that talent they had. You can't win with all that talent. They got one. They didn't get any more. They may have to, blow that up just a little bit. We'll see. All right, I'm out of here. Your friend request, you friend request me if that's cool. Donnie Jackson, friend request you, what do you mean, Facebook or something? Is that your name on social media? If that is it, no problem. Sure will. Follow the Great Debate Show on Facebook. I'll put out Canelo or Crawford. Sometimes I get people to comment in it, sometimes not so much, but that's how we get the debate started, and then we come live and then we talk about it at noon Eastern, weekdays, 9 a.m. Pacific. I got you, Donnie. I sure will. Me and Donnie have discovered that we were born in the same, like 2 days apart, same month, same year, all of that. That's crazy. And I'm in the South, as you can tell by listening to my country ass, and he's way out east, way out in Jersey. Well, what's up? Are the Knicks going to force a Game 7? And if they do, the pressure goes back on the Pacers. And are the Knicks going to actually get to the finals? A lot of people may want to see the Knicks versus the Thunder. I don't think neither team has a chance with OKC. I'm sorry. I just don't. The only team that I see beating the Thunder right now is the Thunder. And I don't think they're going to do that. All right? I also talked about Canelo and Crawford on Wednesday. Go back and pull that episode up in the live video columns. I found out that yesterday that fight may not happen between Canelo and Crawford. Canelo has tested positive for PEDs before. There's rumors he did it again this week. I don't know how true that is yet, but that fight could be in jeopardy for September 13th in Vegas. I'll be keeping you posted on that next week. I'll be covering this as we get closer to it, if we get to it. We will see. The pick is black and white. I'm with my daughter, okay? My family from the SIP. I understand your language. Really, man? That's crazy. Like, I hear that all the time. Like, I know some people in the Chi, and a lot of people from the Chi, they're from Mississippi. They're from here. And I'm originally from North Mississippi, just, you know, a few miles away from Memphis. And that's crazy. Like, Mississippi, man. Nobody wants to claim us, but so many special, gifted, talented people, so many celebrities come from Mississippi, you know? Did you know Rick Ross is originally from Mississippi, but he tells everybody he resigns from Miami-Dade County? No, man, he's from Clarksdale, Mississippi. Did you know Soulja Boy is from Batesville, Mississippi, but he tells everybody he's from Atlanta? I hate when people do that shit. If I ever were to blow up and you all were to see me on the big screen one day doing this, I'd be glad to tell motherfuckers where I'm from. You know? Yeah, man, from Hattiesburg, an hour from Hattiesburg. That's cool. That's what's up. And I agree. OKC is winning everything. Yep. And that's the reason why we're kind of like looking at the Knicks and Pacers like, yeah, this is good, but y'all ain't got a chance. That's what it seems like to me. All right, man, I'm gone this time. I know I said it before. I think I'll be back tonight. Me and Terrence, SmackDown post show. And wrap up the week in the WWE. I'll be back on Monday again, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Same bat time, same bat channel. Can we get the subs up? Can we get the likes up? We do that. You know, this content can continue to come and people will be able to find us even more. And then I'll get those 5,000 subs eventually, like my brother in here earlier who was talking. And I would love to, I got to go back and find him too because I want to subscribe. Let me see here. Was it Bailey? No, Kareem. Kareem Cheese, 5,000 subs. I'm gonna find Kareem Cheese on here and I'm gonna sub to him. Be looking out for that. Whenever I do get to the 5,000 subs, this World Heavyweight Championship belt, I'm gonna ship it to somebody as soon as I can get to 5,000 subs. We got Money in the Bank coming up pretty soon here. Next Saturday, WWE PLE on Peacock. Gonna be live from LA on June the 7th. Okay, that's it. I'm done this time for real. I'm done. Y'all be good. It's been real. I'm going to act a fool if the Knicks go to 7. Be prepared to act a fool. Because after they won last night, I know I said both series were going to end in 5, but I like the Knicks' chances on the road because they're better on the road. And I can see them winning in Indiana, as I said earlier, just to come back home and lose Game 7 on their home floor. And there would still be back-to-back years that they were eliminated at home to the Pacers. But then again, if the Pacers lose tomorrow, damn, the pressure is on them. It really is. Okay, I'm done. I think my phone's gonna die too anyway, so I'm out of here. Y'all be safe. Have a great weekend. Thank you all for joining me. Until we yeet again, y'all be safe out there. Peace. How you doing, bub? OKC are winning the championship. See, everybody knows. Everybody knows. See, I ain't doing anything or saying anything special. Basketball is kind of easy to figure out. You look at the Thunder and you're like, the Thunder is the only team that can beat the Thunder in a 7-game series. That's it. Now, if it was one game, oh, who knows? It's wide open for anybody. But it's not. Yep. Peace out, y'all. Till we eat again. Y'all be safe out there. It's crazy out here, man. All right? Be safe, be kind, and walk with love. Peace.